I was born at Seton Hospital, reborn at St. Louis Catholic Parish, and born again, at the University of Texas at Austin while studying computer engineering and working as an intern at IBM. I went to Spikewood Elementary School, Canyon Vista Middle School, and graduated from Westwood High School in 1999. I also had the very formative experience with Cotillion here on the floor, back in Walton, and the two-step where an appropriate one was social. Upon entering the religious life, I moved to Illinois for my novitiate, then to France to study philosophy and theology for 3 years, came back to Texas, and lived with the community in Laredo for 3 years. Went back to France for 2 years to finish my studies, and finally was sent to Brazil last September. I'll be ordained a deacon in November in Salvador, and God willing, a priest thereafter. As we saw from the slideshow, our aim is to help the children in this development. The renovations of Mary Magdalene House is the very first thing on my agenda for this coming school year. But as soon as they are complete, we will need to furnish the place and buy supplies. Aside from catechism and spiritual formation, we plan on teaching the kids baking, construction, and woodworking skills. We'll also be starting a program for expecting young women, teaching them the skills they will need to welcome a baby into their lives. A young man from Laredo who worked as a missionary in India for about 6 months last year is excited to come and join us in September as a missionary in Salvador. I've met a half dozen others who would love to come to Salvador and be missionaries too, but are in need of financial assistance to put their school loans on hold for that time. Jesus said, "The poor you will always have with you." And I'm sure he says this because otherwise we might be tempted to think that we ought to eliminate poverty. Jesus not only says the poor will always be among us, but that the poor are the ones who are happy. Blessed are you poor, records Luke, and Matthew adds in spirit. Poverty is not an evil. Misery is an evil. Suffering is not misery, but becoming a prisoner within one's own community as a result of being involved in drug trafficking, becoming a slave to alcohol, selling one's body through a life of prostitution, and growing up in a place where these activities represent the only available option is miserable. Living in filth is miserable. Having no one to hope for you when you can no longer hope for yourself is miserable. Our mission is to bring hope to the heart of Isabella Alto Dice, to bring missionaries who will live in the heart of Alto in Mary Magdalene, to bring an awakening of hope and love to Alto, to renovate the heart of Alto by inspiring the children to pursue greatness through a renewed sense of hope in their own future, providing them with skills and encouragement. I'll be outside after Mass to answer any questions you may have. My mother here, and also colleagues in the community in Laredo will also be outside. And so you can come and talk to us if you're interested in more information. If you want to write a check for today's second collection, make it payable to St. Thomas More Parish, and that way it will come to us. Thank you for supporting this mission. To keep track of us and what we're doing, you can follow our blog, salvadormission.blogspot.com. The address will also be found in your bulletin next week. May God help everyone.